I'll do that.
So that will just.
Yeah, of course I'm going to.
Can you please repeat that? It's cutting out.
Okay, cool. 5271
104.
We got it.
May I get batsman name, please?
Keep the mic mute for now. Yeah, it's. Bro, I'm really sorry, but like I have to do. Good afternoon to all the viewers. Welcome back to another exciting matchup for a smash and grab T20 2025 tournament. Now we are seeing another exciting match upcoming. St. John is playing BANFF Iceberg. Another couple teams with full of our local talent. And BANFF Iceberg, they also have three of our Canadian national team members as well, which is really exciting to see. We are really honored to see them playing on our home grounds over here. And as the match goes, BANFF Iceberg, they have won the toss and elected to bat first. And we are just waiting for the scorers to update. As you can see, the batting card for BANFF Iceberg, we have some very interesting talent here. Syed Hasnain Bukhari, who's gonna open the batting for Iceberg, along with Zoeb Ahmed, who is the captain. Welcome back to all the viewers. Apologies for the interruption. We were having some issues in terms of the playing 11 squad, but it's all fixed. And now we're about to see the game going underway. And that's the first ball bowled. Om Prakash is the opening bowler for St. John, and Mohammad Saeed and Syed Hussain are opening the batting. Mohammad, yeah. It is all right. Mohammad Saeed is on 9. Apologies once again. And that was the first two balls of the game. And we just saw a beautiful stroke by Syed Hussain, which went for the boundary in the backward square leg region. There's another good ball by Om Prakash. He's bowling short of length, and this time it was a better line. The last ball, it was too straight. It was easier for Syed to hit that ball, but this time the line was a lot better. And this time it was a full toss delivery. Fielders coming underneath it, but it's just going to land safely in the no man's land and will be able to take easy 2 runs. We haven't seen any swing from Om Prakash yet. BANFF Iceberg is another very exciting team in this contest. That was a really good ball and well played by Syed. And it will run towards the boundary. Fielder was chasing it and trying to restrict the ball, but will not be able to do that and will be another boundary. It's a good start for Icebergs over here. As I was saying, this team is very exciting and they have a lot of local talent, and at the same time they also have a lot of international players. There's Anup Ravi, there's Kaleem Sana, and Pragat Singh, who also play for Canadian international team. So we are really honored to see them on our ground here. And another beautiful shot by Syed. This time it's going to sail over. Oh, it's going to be another boundary. I was really hoping that it's going to be a 6. It will be a boundary. What a beautiful lofted off drive that was. Just timing it to the perfection. The ball was there to hit. It was a half volley. There was no real swing in it. And he just timed the ball effortlessly over the fielders for a boundary. So that was the end of the first over. And that's 14 runs for no loss for Icebergs. Now we have Mohammad Saeed on strike, a very destructive batter from this team. So BANFF Icebergs are essentially the CCA club who play in the CNDCL, and they have taken over some players, some international players, and some players from other clubs into their team, and they have created this team called BANFF Iceberg, a very explosive and competitive team. And Mohammad Saeed, definitely a very strong batsman to open the batting for them. And now we have Taranpreet coming into the attack for St. John. St. John will definitely try to restrict Icebergs to 160 to 170. But with the batting attack that Icebergs have, it's going to be a lot of hard work for St. John's. And we are seeing a spinner coming into the attack. A very interesting plan of action. And there's actually a very good plan of action against Mohammad Saeed because he loves pace and he plays pace effortlessly. So it's going to be very interesting to see a spinner coming into the attack against him. And that was a bit quicker in the air. And it is shot really well down in the extra cover region, but will be just a single. Syed Hussain on strike now. It's good over by Taranpreet so far. There was a boundary in the over, but still, in the context of the game, it's still a good over. And this time, Syed makes space for himself and dispatches that ball over the extra cover region for a massive six. Bringing a spinner into the attack in the power play might not be a good option for St. John at the moment because both the batters are very explosive. And anything you give them, like the margin of error is very small against these batters. And another full toss ball. There is no fielder in there, and will be another boundary. This was given to the batter in a silver platter. And that will be the end of the second over, and Icebergs at 29 for no loss. A very strong start for them. St. John need to go back to their attack bowlers. I would like to take this time to thank our sponsors, Prep Ultra, Mun Mortgages, Sherbon, and Bud Karai for their sponsorship towards this event. Because of their contribution, we are able to organize this tournament and make it a good success. And also thanking to all the viewers for your continued viewership towards our channel 22 Yards Network. Ooh, there was a slight tickle on that ball. We're not sure if it was a bat or pad, but it will not be an extra ball. So lucky one for Om Prakash. Mohammad Saeed on strike is not wearing a helmet, which is not advisable, but that's how he likes to play. And this time it was a lot fuller and straighter. Fielders chasing that ball, and the outfield is a little bit heavier. so will not travel to the boundary, will be 2 runs. Mohammad Saeed, he likes to play on the back foot, so if you give him a little bit of width and length, he will latch onto it and dispatch that ball. There was a good ball, big shout from one of the fielders, but in vain because that ball was going way down the leg. St. John will definitely try to get at least a couple wickets in the power play. And another, this time it is a big wide. The first ball of the over was also going down the leg, but there was a tickle on the ball, so it was not an extra, but this time it was very, very outside. It was a quick single. Good running between the wicket by Syed Hussain. Looks like the officials are urging Mohammad Saeed to wear the helmet, especially facing against the pace bowlers. So there will be another interruption in the game. So we're coming back after a short interruption. And that was a massive shot by Syed. And will be a 6. He's being unstoppable at the moment. You give him anything to latch onto and he will dispatch it over the boundary. He's not looking back. He's already on 34 in just 12 deliveries. Almost 300 strike rate. And that's exactly what you need on top of your order. This might very well be a very high scoring game once again. It was short of length and it was down the leg. There's a heavy outfield on the fine leg region, so the ball will not travel towards the boundary, but they will get 2 runs. And that will be the end of the third over, and Icebergs are 41 for no loss. They're going on almost 14 runs and over. Very strong start for them. And St. John trying desperately to get a wicket here. We are seeing another bowling change. I believe that's Aryan who's coming into bowl now. A very skillful left-arm bowler for St. John. Aryan will definitely be very careful about his line and length against Muhammad Saeed. And this is exactly the reason why he needs to be wary of his line and length, because you give him anything and it will be a punishment. And as you can see, there was a massive six down the ground by Saeed Muhammad. It was a half volley, and Muhammad made some space for himself and opened his arm with a full extension and hit that ball over the boundary with no efforts at all. Not a good start for the over for Aryan. Let's see what he does now. Was a better line and length. Once again, Saeed Muhammad tries to make space for him. It was good fielding, and they just bring it down to 1 run. Both the batters here, they are not very keen on running too many runs because they know they can get boundaries at a regular interval. So they will definitely try to save their energy for those shots rather than running for twos and threes. Now we have Hussain on strike. It was down the leg, and it will be given a wide. It was a short of length delivery, and there will be an extra run as well. Players are arguing with umpire in terms of the wide decision, but the decision has been made, and there won't be any changes. And there's shout in the air, and the catch is taken, and a very important catch, and a very important wicket of Muhammad Saeed, because once he gets going, it's very difficult to contain him, and Aryan does well. Saeed kept moving out, trying to create space for himself, but Aryan did not move from his line and stayed on a very strict line and length and got the result that he needed. He did go for a massive six in the beginning, but he came back very strongly and takes the wicket of Muhammad Saeed. Very important wicket for St. John. He made 11 runs in his 8 balls. And that will be the end of his innings. And I believe now Zoeb, the captain, is coming in to batting. Another very talented batter, also played in US. A lot of experience under his belt. And can play shots all over the ground. Mohammad Saeed. strike, captain of BANFF Iceberg. It will be very crucial in their first innings. Aryan getting the first success for his team, getting the first breakthrough, very important wicket, especially in power play. And another catch. Oh, and that's a brilliant catch. Brilliant catch taken by the fielder on the short fine leg. Zoeb Ansari tries to go down the ground, but it was a short of length delivery, climbing onto him on his body. It was a very awkward situation and very awkward position for him to play that shot. He tried to guide that ball towards the fine leg region, but got a top edge. And the short fine leg fielder did an excellent job taking that catch, diving forward into it. Never an easy catch to take when you're driving forward. Brilliant effort by the fielder to take the wicket, and back-to-back success for Aryan. Back-to-back wickets for BANFF Icebergs. They were going really well, but all of a sudden 2 wickets are down. And St. John are back in the game. Such an interesting game of cricket going on at the moment. Coming on to the strike. We are yet to. We're still waiting, and the new batter is Pragat Singh. Pragat Singh is currently playing for Canadian international team as well, so will be a very crucial player for this team. Pragat Singh has had a very good career so far. He's played 25 one-day internationals, making 900 runs with an average of 39, and also 25 T20s international with a good strike rate of 117. So he's had a very good career so far, and will be very instrumental in Icebergs campaign. And Aryan holding his ground against the international player, which is very good to see. Our very own local superstar doing really well against big players here. That's exactly what we want to see. This is exactly the goal that Smash and Grab has, to promote the local cricket and bringing more viewers and more support towards the local cricket. And that will be the end of the fourth over. BANFF Icebergs 50 for 2 wickets. In terms of runs, they're still on a very good position. Their run rate at the moment is 12.5. So they're definitely on a very good situation right now. But in terms of wickets, they did lose 2 back-to-back wickets, which is not a good sign. So at the moment, the game is in balance. Bowling change. Kinder has come to bowling, and that's a massive hit by Syed Hussain. Another pitched up delivery, and Hussain does not need another invitation to go for those shots. Anything you give him, he will latch onto it, and he will dispatch it over the boundary. A massive hit by him. Another 6. He's on 42 in just 14 deliveries. 300 strike rate at the moment. And that is going to be a wide delivery. An overcorrection by Kinder. And another wide delivery. They definitely need to control their extras. They have already gone for too many runs so far. They cannot afford to give easy runs to Icebergs because they will have to chase them in the second innings. Another wide delivery, 3 back-to-back extras by Kinder Bangu. After those 2 quick wickets, it is very essential to keep that pressure onto the team. But with these extras, that pressure is going to go away. Oh, and that was a better delivery. It was still quite outside the off stump. But this time, Syed Hussain tried to move, shuffled in the crease, and tried to reach that ball. But it was a swing and a miss. The bowler needs to reset, recollect himself. Was a full toss delivery, lower full toss, wide outside the off stump, straight towards the fielder for a dot ball. Welcome dot ball for St. John. It was a better delivery, another slower delivery, this time targeting the stump. He's wearing his pace, which is a good sign. A full toss delivery, fielder coming underneath, but will not be able to reach and will be just a single. There was a chance in the last ball. The fielder was quite far away, had to cover a lot of ground and was not able to reach. And now Pragat Singh on strike. It was a brilliant shot down the ground. It will be just a single. And that will be the end of the 5th over. And BANFF Icebergs are now 61 for 2. Now end of the next over, end of the power play, we will put up another poll for this match. And we will urge our audience to predict the score for the first innings. The way that BANFF Icebergs are going, I will definitely say that 200 is on the board. So I will start the prediction with 195, 210, and 230 for prediction. So I urge all the viewers to please put on your votes for our poll when we put it up, and we'll see how the game unfolds. Iron coming back after a successful over. Ooh, there was a chance. was a very distant chance, but there was still a little bit of chance over there. Pragat Singh coming a little bit early on that shot. Was not expecting the ball to be that slower. Syed Hussain on strike. It's 43 of 18. And goes for that slog sweep in the square leg region and will go outside the boundary and will be another 4 for Syed Hussain. He's on 47 in just 19 deliveries. What an explosive innings by Syed Hussain so far. Very important contribution by him for his team, especially after those 2 back-to-back wickets. Arya needs to come back after that, and another swing, but this time it's a miss. He was trying to aim for that mid-wicket region. There is no fielder, and he was trying to go for that, but completely missed the pitch. This time it was a full toss delivery. Was not timed at all, but will get a single. Pragat Singh on strike. Ooh, there was another swing and a miss. Pragat Singh is struggling a little bit with the pace. He's definitely used to a lot more pace onto the bat. But Aryan is not giving him that pace. So he's coming a little bit early on the shot. But I'm pretty sure he will be able to adjust his approach. And this time he shuffles. And there's a good piece of fielding. And will be another dot ball. So that's a very good over in context of the game. There was a boundary, but still only 6 runs given. And that will be the end of the power play. And BANFF Icebergs are now 67 for 2 wickets. Their run rate is still 11.17. And now we will put up the poll on our YouTube channel. So please give your votes and let's predict the outcome of this first innings. The way that Icebergs are going at the moment, 200 is definitely on the board. Unless St. John are able to get some back-to-back wickets once again. That was the end of the power play. Now we have Tarunpreet coming back for his second over. He was very expensive in his first over. Syed Hussain is playing on 48 in just 22 deliveries, 2 runs away from his half century. A very well deserved half century. And they're trying to come back for 2, and they will definitely come back for 2. That was a good throw. There is no backup. That's disappointing to see. It was a good fielding effort down the ground, but then there was no backup for that throw, and they will get another extra run, and that will be 50 for Syed Hussain. He gets to his 50 in just 23 deliveries with 3 massive sixes and a 4 and 6 fours. And now Pragat Singh is on strike. And goes for the inside out shot. Fielder was trying to coming underneath it, but will not be able to reach and will be just a single again. Bowler had to go for it by himself, and well done by him to keep that down to just 1. There was an opportunity, but it was just short of the fielder. Good bowling by Taranpreet. Definitely came back strongly, and there was another chance. This time the ball was traveling quicker. Syed Hussain coming back for 2, and they will complete 2 runs easily. 2 back-to-back chances. They were definitely not easy chances. And that will be the end of the 7th over. A good over by Taranpreet. Only 7 runs given. And Icebergs are now 74 for 2. Their run rate is steadily declining at the moment. Shit is coming into attack. Another spinner. Dot ball to start with. They've definitely been successful to contain the runs in the past couple overs. Was a little bit shorter, but again straight to the fielder. Another dot ball. This time Hussain goes for a big shot. And a very good catch taken by the fielder in the mid-wicket region. Very important wicket of Syed Hussain. He was struggling to get runs in the past over and definitely trying to break off the shackle. And he tries to go for a big shot but does not time the ball well. And a very good wicket, very good catch taken by the fielder in the deep. And the success for Harshit right off the bat in his first over itself. Good start for him. And BANFF Icebergs are now 74 for 3. Syed Hussain had to depart on 52 of 27. But he has done his job. He has given his team a very good start. So now it's up to the rest of the team to continue that score and reaching for that 200 target.
New batsman name, please.
New batsman getting ready on the crease.
New batsman name, please.
Shahid is the new batter. Another explosive batter from CCA. Another good ball by Harshit. He's bowling a very impressive over so far. 1 wicket taken and no runs so far. This time hit through the point area. Will be just a single. Pragat Singh on strike. Once again hit through that point region for a single. And that will be the end of a very, very successful over. Very impressive over by Harshit. Only 2 runs in that over and a very important wicket of Syed Hussain. Preet coming back for his third over. Bowled a very good second over. Played down the ground for a single. Ooh, that was a good ball, and there was an edge, and there was a opportunity for the keeper to take that, but it is missed. Would have been another upset for Icebergs. Oh, that was a brilliant ball once again. Preet has been bowling really well after his first over, which went for a few runs. He's definitely come back a lot stronger. Another good ball. Really good bowling by Preet. Has bowled a very strict line and length. He's not giving away anything to the batter. This time a little bit shorter and wide, and will be taken a single to the finish the over. Another excellent over bowled by another spinner. Only 2 runs given again, and after 9 overs, Icebergs are now 78 for 3. All of a sudden, their run rate has gone down to 8.67. Just 4 hours ago, they were scoring at 13 and more than 13 and over, and now all of a sudden their run rate is 8.67. So really good comeback by St. John. They definitely held their nerve after the first few overs that went for a lot of runs. And now Harshit coming back to bowl the second over. Very successful first over, taking the important wicket of Syed Hussain. Will he be able to create another opportunity here? And Shahid goes for a big one, but misses it and will get a single. Pragat Singh will be very important and very valuable for Icebergs at the moment for this first innings. He goes for the big one and takes a simple catch, and Pragat Singh loses his wicket. And Harshit taking another very important wicket for his team. Pragat Singh has to depart for 7 runs in 11 balls. He tried to go for a big shot but was not able to time it well. And a simple catch in the long off region. Brilliant bowling by St. John's. They definitely went for a lot of runs in the beginning, but then they kept their nerves and came back strongly. And now I can see Tanzil Altaf is walking in. Is another attacking batsman for Icebergs. Usually opens the batting for CCA. He's played 29 matches so far with 556 runs with a very healthy strike rate of 133.65. So very valuable player. They definitely have a lot more batting to come. Harshit proving to be very valuable for his team. Ooh, there was another opportunity. It was a pitch. Fielder was there. He needed to go up on the ball. He needed to go attack that catch. But he stayed back and was short of him. Could have been two back-to-back wickets. Ooh, that was a really good ball. Once again, Harshit bowling a really impressive spell, creating a lot of difficulties for the batters. And another catch, and Tanzil departs as well. Tanzil has to go without scoring anything. He's definitely disappointed on himself. Just last weekend, he played a really good innings against Kings 2. But now he has to depart without scoring anything. And that's the name of the game, guys. Cricket is a great leveler. One day you can be scoring 100 and the next day you can be getting out for 0. And that's how it usually goes. And Harshit over here providing MVP level contribution towards his team. 3 wickets in his second over, third wicket in his second over already, and he's only given 3 runs so far. So this has been very productive outing for Harshit so far. Very impressive. A new batter getting ready on the crease. And Uday Bhagwan is the new batter on strike. Uday Bhagwan is another player who plays for Canada. He has played for Surrey Jaguars and Toronto Nationals as well. Very young player, just 24 years old. Still has a very young career, but a very very promising talent. And now that will be the end of the 10th over. We are halfway through the first innings of this game. Has been such an eventful innings. It started off so strongly for Icebergs, and then all of a sudden St. John's were able to come back into this game very strongly, taking 5 very quick wickets. And now Icebergs are 80 for 5 after 10 overs. Halfway in this match, halfway in this innings. Still 10 overs to go. And Icebergs still have a lot of batting left in them. Harshit Patel has been the pick of the bowler, taking 3 wickets in just 4 runs in his 2 overs. And Taranpreet coming back is also bowling really well. He definitely went for 15 runs in his first over, but then in his next 2 overs he's only given 9 runs. And there was a misfield and will be a single taken. St. John have been They have been able to put the pressure back on Icebergs once again. Icebergs definitely need a good partnership at the moment. Another good ball by Taranpreet. Good line and length, and batsman does well to defend it. Shahid will absolutely have to take charge of this innings now. Another good ball, just pushed for a single. There was another good over by Taranpreet, only 2 runs given, and that will be the end of his spell as well. 4 overs, 26 runs given for no wickets. He went for 15 runs in his first over, and then in his next 3 overs he's only given 11 runs. So definitely a very good comeback by him. And 11 overs are done, and BANFF Icebergs are now 82 for 5. Their run rate has gone even down. Now it's 7.45. Those ones when we were looking at 200 and 230 quite easily. Now it's looking like a very distant goal. But there still might be chance for that. They still have a lot of batting left. And this time Shahid comes down the ground, tries to hit over. And that's a brilliant catch taken. Another wicket by Harshit Patil. It was a brilliant catch taken at the boundary. Batsman had to wait for it. The ball was in the air for quite some time and had to judge. He was standing very close to the boundary, so he had to judge where he was standing and take the catch inside the boundary, and he did very well. The ball was in the air for quite some time. It is never easy to take high catches. So great work done by the fielder in the deep. And Harshit Patil gets another wicket, his 4th wicket in just 2.1 overs, and it's only given 4 runs. That is very impressive stat for him. Our local superstars proving to be very, very valuable at the moment. And now we have Anup Ravi, another Canadian international team player, who is the wicket-keeping batsman for Canada team. Is also going to be the wicket-keeping batsman for BANFF Icebergs today. He's going to be very valuable at the moment. Quick single taken. St. John have been proven to be very effective against Icebergs. Scoring against them has been very difficult, especially in the past 5 to 6 overs. The fielding has been excellent. They have been taking every catch that has come towards them. There were a little bit of fumbles in the field, but apart from that, the catching has been very good. Just taking all their opportunities and making the most of it. Uday Bhagwan comes down the wicket and will be just a single. What a spell by Harshit Patil so far. Will he be able to take a fifer? He still has 1 over left, 1.2 overs left. There was another good ball. Anup Ravi does well to leave it. Anup Ravi definitely will try to take some time in the crease, try to get used to the pace of the pitch and the bounce of the pitch. And once he gets his eye in, he'll definitely try to go for big hits. because he can definitely clear a boundary. Another good ball by Harshit. That was the end of the 12th over. BANFF Icebergs are now 84 for 6. And now Kinder is coming back into the attack. Batters will definitely be delighted to see a little bit of pace coming back. Hasn't been very easy for them to play against the spin on this pitch. And we saw that in the morning's match as well. Spinners were the ones who made the most impact in terms of bowling. And that's exactly what's happening here once again. Anup Ravi lets it go in the third man region for a single. Anup Ravi, who has played under 19 World Cup in New Zealand. He had played few first class games before he was called up to under 19 side for the World Cup in New Zealand. He's currently playing in the Canadian team, and he also plays for Montreal Tigers in T20. Both of these players will be very instrumental in their first innings right now. It's good ball once again, and they're trying to come back for 2, and that is really good running. And Anup Ravi makes his ground. There was a big appeal by the fielders, but Anup Ravi does really well to cover his ground really quickly. Really good running by him. It was a good piece of fielding as well. It was a full toss delivery, hit straight down the ground. Will be another single. With the batters doing well, rotating the strike, keeping the scoreboard alive. They're definitely trying to create a partnership here. "13 overs are done, and BANFF Icebergs are now 90 for 6. Their run rate has gone down even below 7 now, which is a little bit concerning for them. But at the moment, the priority will be building a partnership. They still have 7 overs left. If they can take another couple overs here, Harshit Patil coming back to bowl his fourth over. It's been very, very impressive so far. A quick double to start the over. Harshit Patil still only has given 8 runs in his 3.1 overs and taking 4 wickets. Will he be able to complete his fifer in this match? It's a good call by Anupravi, sending back Uday. He was definitely trying to take a double. Good call by Anup. Uday Bhagwan goes down the ground and hits it between the long on and long off fielder, and will be just a single again. Fielders were definitely interested for a minute. The ball was in the air. It was right in between the two fielders, so it was definitely safe. Uday Bhagwan is definitely trying to attack the spinner now. He's going down the ground again. It will be just a single. Harshit has been very impressive. He hasn't given a single boundary. Last ball of his spell. Will he be able to take a wicket here? It's a flying sip. Oh, that's a no ball. That is definitely a no ball and will be a boundary as well. Definitely not the end we were expecting for this brilliant spell by Harshit. And now there will be a free hit given. So the fiver won't be complete for sure. Nupravi on strike. He'll definitely be very happy with this free hit given. And goes for a big one. And that is a big shot down the ground by Anupravi. And that is a disappointing end to a very impressive spell by Harshit Patil. He's bowled so well throughout his spell, but then the last couple balls of his spell, he went for 11 runs. And with that, he finishes his spell of 4 overs, 23 runs given, and 4 wickets taken. So still a very impressive spell by him. So he should still be proud of himself. And after 14 overs, BANFF Icebergs are now 107 for 6. 6 overs remaining. And now we can definitely see the runs have started to come. The boundaries have started to hit. So we might be able to see a shift in the momentum in BANFF Icebergs' favor. And now Kinder coming back. Ooh, there was a thick outside edge, but there is no slip in place, so the ball is going to run away towards the third man region and will be possibly a boundary. It is a boundary in the third man region. It was slashed hard. And a welcome boundary for Uday Bhagwan. His first boundary in Smash and Grab T20 2025. As we can see, the runs have started to come now, slowly but surely. It was a very good ball by Kinder. It was way out away from his reach. Uday Bhagwan was definitely trying to create some space for himself and trying to go over that offside area where there is no fielder in the deep. A better delivery by Kinder. Such a good contest. Both the teams trying to come on top. A slower delivery this time. Fielder coming underneath and takes a brilliant catch in the deep. Was a slower delivery this time. It was well struck, but was not timed as well as he would liked. And very well judged catch by the fielder in the deep. So another wicket falls. The partnership had started to build, but just as it had started to build, it was gone. And that was the end of Uday Bhagwan's innings. He did well to stabilize the innings for a while. The wickets were falling in tandem, and he created a little bit of partnership with Anup Ravi. But he has to depart now. New batsman coming into the strike. They still have 5 overs left after this. They can still make a good score. BANFF Icebergs 111 for 7 now after 14.4 overs. 5.2 overs remaining after this. I would like to take this opportunity once again to thank our sponsors. Sherbon, Butkarai, Prep Ultra, and Mun Mortgages for the support and generosity towards our league. And to all the viewers, if you guys are enjoying our content, please like and subscribe to our channel 22 Yards Network, and please press that bell icon as well so you can get all the latest updates of our Smash and Grab T20 2025. Now let's get back to our game in hand. New batsman on strike. First wicket for Kinder. And there's a quick single stolen. Ooh, that was good work done by wicketkeeper. But the batter had made his ground. So still be a single. We're still waiting for the scorecard to be updated for the new batter's name. Anup Ravi on strike now. And that was a good ball to finish the over. A successful over for St. John. And after 15 overs, BANFF Icebergs are now 112 for 7. Waqas Khan is the new batter on strike. Bowling has been really impressive. Om Prakash was definitely expensive in the beginning, but then Taranpreet, Aryan, Kinder, and especially Harshit Patil, they have given very good contribution. Aryan coming back into the attack. Starts with a slower delivery. Waqas Khan wanted to come back for a double. But Anup Ravi will try to keep the strike with him as much as possible. It was a good delivery, Yorker line delivery, and good fielding effort as well. And will be a quick single taken. Sky's clearing up. It's nice and bright. Another good ball. Trying to take a quick single. There's a big shout by the fielders for run out appeal, but no reaction by the umpire. Anup Ravi was trying to take a quick single over there. Aryan coming back. Another good delivery. Once again, they're trying to take a quick single, but failing in the attempt. The fielding has been very good. The bowling has been very good. This time it is hit straight down the ground and will be an easy single. Only 3 runs given in this over. Very good over by Aryan so far. Another good delivery and a quick single taken by the batters. Sixteen overs are done. BANFF Icebergs 116 for 7. Only 4 overs remaining. 200 is definitely not on the board anymore. But they can still try to go for that 150 mark. They'll try to come back for 2. Good running between the wickets. The way Icebergs were going in the beginning, we definitely thought that 200 is very easily on the board. But St. John did very well in coming back. Another easy double taken by the batter. There was a cheeky shot by Anup Ravi. Kinder coming back. Ooh, that was way outside the off stump. He tried to go for it and missed it completely. This time tries to go for that sweep shot again. There's a fielder in place and will be just a single. That was a really good shot, but there was a fielder in the deep, so won't be able to get a boundary on that shot. Was premeditated. He wanted to play in that area, but was not able to get that finer. Good bowling by Kinder so far. Last ball of his spell as well. 28 runs given so far with a wicket as well. And that's a big shout, but the impact is definitely outside the stump. It was a big shout. And with that, 17 overs are done. And BANFF Icebergs are now 122 for 7. Only 3 overs remaining in the first innings. How many more runs will they be able to get here? Aryan coming back for his over, and there was a chance over there. Definitely a drop chance, I would say. Could have been a soft dismissal coming from the bottom of the bat. Aryan bowling a really good spell so far, getting 2 wickets. This time it was way wide outside the off stump and will be a single. And that brings Anup Ravi on strike. It's a good ball once again. It's not giving him a lot of room to free his arms. And that was a shot attempted. It was in the gap, but the fielders are able to cut it off. And they are coming back for 2, and it will be completed. 2 runs taken. Can definitely see both the batters getting exhausted after running a lot of runs. Another good shot in the air, and what a catch taken in that mid-wicket region. Another brilliant catch taken by St. John. Fielder was running. It hit his hand and bumped up, and he kept running, and the ball was going away from him, but he kept his eyes on the target, and he took the catch on the 3rd attempt. What a brilliant catch, what a brilliant effort by the fielders. And that will be the end of Waqas Khan's innings. 7 runs made in 10 balls. St. John is doing brilliantly in the field and with the bowling. They're not letting Icebergs go away with their innings. Runs have been very difficult to get. And now we have new batter walking down this, walking to the crease. Kaleem Sana, another Canadian international player. He is also being captain and vice captain of the team. And starts off with a quick single. Kaleem Sana, who's a opening bowler, left arm pacer for Canadian team, is playing for Icebergs for this year's Smash and Grab T20 edition. Om Prakash coming back into the attack. He has gone for a lot of runs in his opening spell, but the situation has changed now. He might be able to get some wickets over here. Kaleem Sana has had a very good career so far with 23 one-day internationals, 36 wickets in that with economy of 4.36, and T20 international 42 with 64 wickets with a 6.03 economy, which is a very impressive economy. That was a very well struck down the ground. It will be just a single. Calgary Cricket is definitely blessed to have all these big players coming into our home grounds and playing with us, playing with our local superstars. And this time, Anupravi falls short. He goes for that big shot, tries to go over the infielders. And Om Prakash takes his first wicket in this match. And Anupravi has to depart. He needed to stay there. He needed to stay there until the end to make a respectable total for his team, but he has to depart. He made 27 in 21, a very important innings for his team. Crucial runs for his team with 1-4 and a 6. But he needed to stay there till the end, but not to be. It was back off length. The ball came onto him a lot quicker than he had expected. He was not able to get away with it. And another really good catch taken by the fielder in the circle. And now another batter coming in. Shazib is the new batter on strike. Om Prakash getting his first success. And another wide-ish delivery, bowling away from the swing of the batter. St. John has been playing really well as a unit all together, bringing bowling and fielding in unison and taking wickets at regular intervals. Very impressive performance by the team. This time it's going to be an extra run. There was a little bit of fumble over there. Batter wanted to take another run, a bye, but Kaleem Sana sends him back. A good decision. He's giving him some advices, probably telling him to just switch the strike and let him come on the strike. Oh, that was a brilliant delivery by Om Prakash. A Yorker, a perfect Yorker, executed to perfection and taking the wicket of Shazib. And that will be the end of Icebergs' innings. And they were able to put up only 129 on the board. There was a time when we thought 200 is very possible because the way that the opening batters were going, especially Syed Husnain, the way they were going, 200 definitely seemed possible, but then a lot of wickets fell. The bowlers came back. They executed the plan really well and took wickets, took a lot of wickets, quick succession. And that will be the end of Icebergs innings. And now St. Guys, I'm the commentator. So was bowled brilliant.
That the ball was and brilliantly to continue with this tournament.
A specific plan.
No, I know. I just bowl.
I like well for you, and do really well with the batting as well. Can I get Aryan for another local super? Bowled brilliantly as well, turned the innings around. So Aryan,
I think it was good, very good. Getting two of the city hit two balls and we also also
you guys are also local superstars.
exactly can chase it. It's a chase. I hope
Thank you so much, and best of luck for the second innings.
thank you.
Welcome to all the viewers. Welcome back to our exciting second innings for this game, Icebergs versus St. John. St. John were successful in restraining Icebergs and 130. And now they need to make that score in their 20 overs with 6.5 run rate. And now we can see Kalim Sana getting ready on his mark to bowl. Will be very interesting to see an international level bowler coming into the attack. And Hussein Raza, the captain of St. John, will be facing Kalim Sana. Kalim Sana is a T20 specialist, so I'm very excited to see him. Myself being a left-arm pacer, it's really exciting to see an international level left-arm bowler bowling in front of me. And that was a great start. What a pace that was. Hussein Raza absolutely did not expect that pace. It was very fast and hit him straight on his chest. What a start by Kalim Sana. And there's a big thick outside edge, and Tanzil Altaf does a brilliant job in taking that catch. He was running behind, watching the ball over his shoulder, but keeping his eye on it and taking the catch safely. And that's the first wicket down of Arsh, who's on strike. You can definitely see the difference between our local bowlers and the international level bowler. The pace is unexpected. And that was end of Arsh's inning. Short stay for him. No run scored. And St. John a 0 for 1 wicket. A very good start for Icebergs. Exactly what they needed. And Kalim Sana getting his first victim in the first over itself. That was a brilliant ball by Kalim Sana once again. There was a huge swing by the batter Hardeep, but was not able to do anything about it. Kalim Sana has started innings brilliantly with his bowling. Well struck by the batter. There's a fielder in the square leg region, and they will come back for 2. So easy 2 runs. And with that, St. John opened their account in this chase of 130. It's not going to be easy to score against this international level bowlers. And another very good ball. And another dot ball by Kalim Sana. Great start to his spell. Searing pace. And a brilliant line and length. Bread and butter for an international level player. Will we be able to see another wicket falling? That was another good ball. Hit the batter in the thighs. And that was a brilliant first over by Kaleem Sana. And St. John are 2 for 1. A great start to the second innings for Icebergs. This is exactly what they need. They need early wickets to put pressure back on St. John. Did not go in their favor, but bowling is still in their hands, and they can still take this game away from St. John. Mustafa is the new bowler coming from the opposite end, and a spinner into the attack. It's a very interesting game plan by Icebergs. Hussain Raza, the captain of St. John, getting ready on his guard. He will be very instrumental in this chase. A left-arm spinner to start. Hussain Raza, who recently scored a brilliant century in Elite 40 over format. 117 in 77 deliveries. And that was a big sweep and another catch taken. This time another catch taken by the fielder in the fine leg region. Hardeep tried to go for that slog sweep, but got the thick top edge. And another wicket falling down for St. John. And things are not looking very good for them. He did not need it to play that shot at all, but he still went for it and loses his wicket without scoring many runs. Only 2 runs scored in his 5 balls. Short stay for Hardeep. He has to depart. And first wicket for Mustafa.
Is that Sean?
And new batter getting ready on the crease.
Batsman name? Batsman name?
Brilliant delivery by Mustafa, getting a thick outside edge. And they will be coming back for double, and there's a direct hit and another wicket. Direct hit by the fielder in the third man region, and will be another wicket. Back-to-back wickets. Icebergs are in a very strong position now. They did not need it to come back for that second run. Shyam Sundar was the batter. He just got in and played one in the third man region, but wanted to come back for a double, where it was brilliant effort by the fielder. And now Halim Afan is the new batter who is walking in the middle. But what a brilliant effort by the Icebergs in the field, taking those brilliant catches. And now that direct hit for a run out. St. John is in all kinds of trouble at the moment. Now Halim Afan is the new batter going in the middle. St. John are 3 down at just 4 runs. Halim Afan is on strike, by the way. Halim Afan playing that shot in the cover region and coming back for two. Needs to make a partnership with the captain here. They don't need too many runs. Don't need too many sixes or fours. As long as they can save the wicket and keep scoring at 6 runs and over, they will be fine. But if they keep losing wickets like this, things will be difficult for them. And a big shot by Halim Afan, but it's not timed well. There's a fielder in the deep, so will be just a single. And that will be the end of the second over. A very successful over for Icebergs. 2 wickets fallen. 1 wicket for with that brilliant catch, and the second wicket with that brilliant fielding effort for run out. And after 2 overs, St. John are 7 for 3. Kaleem Sana getting ready on his mark again to bowl a second over. This time he's coming around the wicket to Halim Afan. Oh, brilliant ball, brilliant line and length, and searing pace once again. Good ball once again. It's such an honor watching Kaleem Sana bowl in front of you. Ooh, that was such a brilliant ball by Kaleem Sana. Coming in too fast, was short, directed on the body. Halim Afan tried to go for that hook shot, but could not meet the ball at all. What a brilliant delivery that was. Searing pace and accuracy. Such a delight to watch. Oh, this time another good ball. And there was a fielder in. There was a fielder in the deep. And will be a double. There's a well-timed flick by Halim Afan, but got too much elevation and not too much distance. And there was a square leg fielder. Captain and Kaleem Sana trying to come up with some strategy here to get another wicket. Another good ball, and this time he just guides it towards that fine leg region. It stops just inside the boundary and will be another 2 runs. So very welcome runs for St. John. Ooh, another searing pace ball, but this time it's gonna be a wide. You're not seeing a lot of swing from Kalim Sana. Maybe he's trying to seam the ball off the surface rather than swinging the ball. But on this occasion, was way too down the leg and will be an extra. Last ball of this over. That was a brilliant ball, short of length and perfect accuracy. And with that, 3 overs are done and St. John are 12 for 3. 5 runs coming in that last over. This is what St. John needs to do at the moment. Stabilize the innings, save the wickets for now, and once you are settled down, then go for some runs. They cannot lose more wickets here. And now we have Mustafa coming back for his second over. Good ball to start the over. And that goes straight to the fielder. And Hussain Raza loses his wicket, a soft dismissal. He tries to go hang back on this in his back foot and trying to guide that ball over the point fielder. But in turn, he hits it directly to the point fielder. And a very simple catch for the fielder over there. And that's the end of Hussain Raza. I was just saying that they need to set the wickets at the moment. But Hussain Raza loses his wicket to a rather ordinary delivery. A soft dismissal for sure. And now St. John in so much trouble. Hussain Raza losing his wicket. Just 1 run in his 3 balls. A short stay for him. Now we have a new batter coming onto the crease. Satwinder is a new batsman. And both the batters, they need to create a partnership here. St. John are in a desperate need of partnership. Wickets are falling way too easily. 4 wickets are already down in just 12 runs. And we're only on the 4th over in the innings at the moment. So dire situation for St. John. And Satwinder comes down the ground in this first ball itself and hits it over the fielder for a brilliant boundary. So Satwinder definitely is not going to play the defensive game. He's going to go for that. And he does that brilliantly. A bit of a pressure releasing shot for St. John. The required run rate is still below 7, so it's not like they need a lot of 6s or 4s. As long as they save the wicket, they are definitely in the game. It was a brilliant shot by Satwinder. First ball, dancing down the ground and taking on the bowler. Mustafa will definitely try to come back from that. There was a lot better line, a little bit quicker in the air. Will be a dot ball. Hit down the ground, just will be a single. Last ball of this over. After the end of this power play, we'll put up another poll for this match. And that's a brilliant shot by Halim Afan and will be probably a 6. We're still yet to find out, and it is a 6. What a brilliant shot that was. It was going down the leg. And Halim Afan goes onto his knees and times it to perfection for a single, for a 6. And with that, 4 overs are done, and St. John are now 23 for 4. As I was saying, at the end of this power play, we'll put up another poll to predict the winner of this game. As it stands, the game is still in balance, but I would still say Icebergs are a little bit have a little bit of edge right now, getting those 4 back-to-back wickets. But the game is not over yet. There are not too many runs to defend, so St. John might be able to chase the target as well. So it's definitely a well-balanced game at the moment. A new bowler getting ready on the crease, which is Shazeb, who's taking his mark, and Satwinder on strike. Was a slower full toss, just going over the infielder, and they will come back for easy twos. There's a lower full toss. Was not able to time well, but still gets it over the infielders. And a brilliant shot, this time by Satwinder, another 6. It was in the slot, straight down the ground with massive power, and gets a brilliant 6 for his team. And all of a sudden, things are looking good for St. John. The weather is getting a little bit cloudy, getting overcast. A bit of a cool breeze flowing now. It'll be interesting to see what Shazeb does here. We'll definitely try to correct his length. Satwinder displaying his power with full effect. Ooh, this time it was a shorter ball. It definitely pulls back. And a brilliant shot once again, and another 6 by Satwinder. This time he goes for that cow corner region. There was a long on fielder who was interested for a second there, but he just had to watch the ball sailing over his head. Another ball in his slot, and same treatment given again. This time going for the cow corner region. Another 6 in this over. Icebergs. John over here. Shazeb needs to be and a brilliant shot once again, inside out, and goes for that cover boundary. Plays it over the infielders. Again, it was a foolish delivery outside of off, and gives it full treatment. 16 runs. 18 runs in that last over. And with that, 5 overs are done, and now St. John's are 41 for 4. All of a sudden, the momentum has shifted to St. John. Courtesy Satwinder. It's 23 runs in just 9 balls. He started going for those boundaries as soon as he walked in. He had decided that he's not going to let the pressure mount on him and rather put the pressure back on the bowling team. And he does that to perfection. And Icebergs will definitely have to take some drastic measures here. And now we have another bowling change here. Right arm leggy. And a slog sweep. Fielder coming underneath and takes a brilliant catch. And it's Tanzil Altaf again taking that catch. He had to cover a lot of ground and takes a brilliant catch. His second catch in this match. Tanzil Altaf was not able to contribute a lot with his bat, but he's definitely contributing massively with his fielding, taking 2 brilliant catches. The first catch in the first over of the game, and now this one. That to Halim Afan. Very important wicket in the context of this game. And Syed Hussain is the new bowler getting the wicket in this first ball itself. Syed Hussain, who was the half centurion for Icebergs, coming in to the rescue with the ball as well. And now the partnership has broken between Halim and Satwinder. This is exactly what they needed. Brilliant catch by Tanzil Altaf once again. Excellent effort by him. Now Taranpreet is a new batter who's coming into the attack. A left-hand batsman. A right-hand leggy bowling to a left-hand batter. Always a great matchup. Brilliant ball, a bit quicker in the air. Will be a dot ball. So brilliant start for Syed Hussain's spell in this match. Brilliant ball. Taranpreet was expecting the ball to be spinning. Just skids on. And there's a big shot attended, and another catch taken by Tanzil Altaf, his third catch in this match. He's been in the hot spot all along. 3-3 for Tanzil Altaf and second wicket for Hussain. Taranpreet comes and Taranpreet goes. A very short stay for him. Icebergs have the game again. Icebergs are back in the game once again. Kinder getting ready on strike. St. John 41 for 6 wickets, and we are still inside the power play. It was a lot quicker in the air. This is turning out to be a maiden over so far. 2 wickets and no runs. Brilliant effort by Syed Hussain. Definitely a match-winning performance by him. It is cut in the gully region and will be just a single. And that will be the end of the 6th over and the end of the power play. And now St. John are 42 for 6 after 6 overs. They need 88 in the last 14 overs with 6.29 runs required per over. So they still need run a ball at the moment. So they don't need to go for risky shots at all. They just need to create a partnership. They just need to keep the scoreboard ticking and they should be able to achieve this target. But Icebergs are doing exceptionally well in terms of bowling and fielding. And now I believe that's Uday Bhagwan who's getting ready on his mark to bowl. Let's take a look at the bowling stats so far. Kaleem Sana brilliantly bowling, giving only 7 runs in his 2 overs and taking the first wicket as well. And that's another good ball by Uday Bhagwan, another international level player bowling in our home pitch of Inland Athletic Park in Calgary. Such an honor. It's a good ball and just guided in that third man region for a single. And that's all they need, St. John, at the moment. They don't need to resort to any aggressive shots here. All they need to do is keep rotating the strike, taking singles and doubles, and maybe hitting that occasional boundary. And they should be golden. Satwinder will be very important player at the moment. Another short delivery. Is definitely struggling against the short balls. Maybe that's the key against Satwinder. Uday Bhagwan starting really well in his spell. This time it was a Yorker length delivery. A short ball followed by a Yorker delivery. Great variation displayed by Uday Bhagwan. Oh, this time Satwinder goes for a big hit. Players coming underneath. And that was a brilliant effort by the fielder. He had to cover a lot of ground. The catch was dropped in the end. But definitely a brilliant effort by the fielder. He had to cover so much ground to take that catch. The ball was in the air for quite some time. He gets a hand on it, but drops the catch towards the end. And the batters were able to get 2 runs. Satwinder goes for a big hit again, but does not time it at all. He just goes for a wild whack and just get a single. And that will be the end of Uday's first over. And after 7 overs, St. John are now 46 for 6. Satwinder batting at 26 in just 13 balls. And Kinder just coming in. They need to put up a partnership here. It's very crucial at the moment. And now Syed Hussain coming back for his second over. He bowled a brilliant first over, giving away only 1 run and taking 2 wickets. Excellent effort by him. If they go on to win the match, he'll definitely be the MVP. No doubts. They're only 4 wickets away from the victory. Ooh, that was a brilliant ball. Satwinder was looking to go down on it, but decides to come back in the last moment. And that just goes over the point fielder but will not travel to the boundary. They will get 2 runs quite easily though. Ooh, that was hit down the ground in the gap, but will be just a single. Good fielding by the fielders over there. The weather is changing drastically over here. We're seeing a lot of ominous clouds in the sky. Wind is picking up. It's getting a little bit colder here. Signs of rain. Another dot ball. It's going to add to a lot of pressure. Ooh, another brilliant delivery. And another dot ball. These dot balls are going to amount to a lot of pressure. He goes for that big sweeping shot, but does not get it at all. As the weather stands where we are at the moment, there might be a little bit of rain after 5 o'clock, but we should be fine for next at least hour and a half. So there might be problems for the last match of today's campaign. And that was the end of the 8th over. St. John are now 49 for 6. The run rate is 6.12 at the moment. And Uday Bhagwan coming back for a second over. And a good hit down the ground, but there's a fielder, so it will be just a single. The required run rate and current run rate are very similar at the moment. So if St. John can maintain the score rate that they're going with, they should be able to achieve the target. So well played through the covers for a single. And there's going to be a wide delivery. We haven't seen too many extras in this match, in this inning so far by Icebergs, which is a good sign. Ooh, that was a brilliant delivery. Short of length. He's not giving anything in his slot. Uday Bhagwan. Satwinder is not. It's not going to be easy to score against him. Ooh, there was another good delivery. Satwinder Pal was trying to move away from the stump, trying to create some space for himself. But Uday Bhagwan does well to follow him. Another dot ball. Pressure mounting, frustration building up for Satwinder. Ooh, there was a Yorker length delivery. A really good ball there by Uday Bhagwan. Another dot ball. Only 3 runs given in this over so far. Satwinder definitely struggling to score against him. But that's what you can expect from a international level player. This time it was a slower wide outside the off stump. Satwinder had to reach for it. But another dot ball to finish the over. And after 9 overs, St. John are now 52 for 6. Syed Hussain coming back for his third over. And there's a big appeal for stumping by the wicketkeeper. But no reaction by the leg umpire. There was brilliant glove work behind the stump by the keeper. And was a very confident appeal by him. But looks like the batsman was safe. Such a good spell by Syed Hussain. Is coming back for his third over. Only 4 runs given and 2 wickets. MVP performance for sure. Will be just a single for Kinder. Ooh, that was a brilliant ball. It was a lot quicker in the air, and I believe that was a googly too. He was expecting the spin. There was a thick inside edge, and there will be another run. It's a good shot in the cover region, but will be another single. Singles and doubles are just fine for St. John. They need to create a partnership, which Satwinder and Kinder are trying to do here. And another brilliant over by Syed Hussain. Only 3 runs given in this over. And after 10 overs, we are halfway in the second innings. And St. John are now 55 for 6. They need another 75 runs in the next 10 overs with 7.5 runs per over, which is still pretty manageable. But the most concerning thing for St. John at the moment is the remaining wickets. They only have 4 wickets remaining. And Icebergs are doing a fantastic job with the bowling and fielding. Tough coming into the attack. He's another spin bowler from CCA and bowls a really good over as well. Slower in the air, gives a lot of flight to the ball, creates a lot of problems for the batters. A lot of spinners once again. This is the second match where we are seeing spinners are creating the most impact in terms of bowling. Now Tanzin Altaf getting ready on the mark. And Kinder on strike. Was a little short of length. and was played in the gap. What will be just a single. Tanzil Altaf has contributed very valuably with his fielding in this innings. 3 catches by him. Was a good shot, but there is a fielder in the deep, so will be just a single. Ooh, another big shot attempted. Will be a swing and a miss for Kinder. He should not go for these big shots. There's a lot of gap. The field is open. If they can just negotiate the ball in the gap, they can take singles and doubles, and that's all they needed at the moment. This is exactly what they need. Just play it in the gap, take a run, and rotate the strike. The occasional bad ball will come, and then you can pounce on that one. And Satwinder this time goes down the ground against Tanzil, and Tanzil reads him and bowls it short and away from him. And brilliant glove work behind the stump by the keeper to stump him out. And this is the last thing that St. John needed today. Satwinder was doing really well. He had made 32 in 25 with 2 fours and 2 sixes. He needed to stay there till the end and take the game deeper. But he could not do that anymore, and he has to depart. And now Aryan is the new batter who's walking into the crease. Aryan has a lot of experience under his belt, 285 matches. Still a very young guy, but still has played a lot of games. That shows that he has started quite young in his life playing cricket, and has more than 4,000 runs, 4,163 runs under his belt, with a healthy strike rate of 121, almost 122. So St. John will need all of that experience from him at this moment. And that will be the end of another successful over. Tanzil Altaf bowling a brilliant over for his first for his spell. Only 3 runs given with a very important wicket of Satwinder. And now things are looking very difficult for St. John. And now we have Salesman coming back for his last over. And then Kinder on strike. Syed Hussain has bowled a brilliant spell so far. Only 7 runs in his 3 overs with 2 important wickets. And there's a top edge. Fielder coming underneath. Ooh, Syed Hussain had to take the catch himself. He had to run back, watching the ball over his shoulders, and was not able to keep an eye on the ball towards the end and misses that catch. So definitely a dropped opportunity for him. And there's a big appeal once again, and no reaction by the umpire once again. Really good glove work by the keeper, but in vain. There's a big appeal, big confident appeal by him. but not entertained by the umpire. Aryan lets that go. It's a brilliant effort by Icebergs so far. Pushed down the ground for a single. The required run rate is now climbing up, is now more than 8.5 runs per over. And Kinder this time goes for a big shot and hits it successfully over the boundary for a massive 6, a very welcome 6 for St. John. And with that, 12 overs are done, and now St. John are 66 for 7. They need another 64 runs in the last 8 overs with 8 runs per over required. And only 3 more wickets to defend. So very dire situation for St. John. But if they can brave through it, they might be able to achieve it. Tanzil Altaf coming back for his second over. Oh, it was chipped in the air. Was short of the bowler. Tanzil Altaf is definitely trying to make up for his shortcoming with the bat today. He fielded brilliantly, took some really good catches. And now bowling brilliantly as well, taking 1 wicket already. And a very priced wicket of Satwinder. Now all St. John can do is trying to take this game as deep as possible, and if they don't win this game, they can at least try to keep the net run rate to a lower minimum. Ooh, brilliant ball once again, and great glove work once again by the keeper. Another single. Singles and doubles are not helping much to St. John. Now they need to start hitting boundaries because the required run rate has now climbed up to 8.5. So they need at least 1 boundary per over. And this is the first attempt towards that boundary, and he will get that successfully. Great shot by Kinder. A brilliant slog sweep. It's flat along the ground between that mid wicket and the square leg region and gets a brilliant boundary. A very well needed boundary, and that will be the end of the 13th over. St. John are now 73 for 7. 7 more over left with 57 runs needed in 8.14 runs required. The game still hangs in some sort of balance. St. John are still trying to pull this off, which is great to see. That's the exact resilience that we want to see in this tournament. No matter how difficult the situation is, you need to keep going on. And now Mustafa coming back after his first spell in the power play. And it's pushed in the gap, and they're trying to come back for a second. And this time The leg umpire gives out to this run out. It was a brilliant throw by the fielder. Right in his hand. And excellent glove work once again to take that run out. So Aryan has to depart. And now this is 8 wickets for St. John in 74 runs. I'll definitely say that will be the final nail in the coffin for St. John, because it's really difficult to come back from this situation unless someone pulls off a miracle. Anup Ravi was the fielder, and it does not surprise me at all. The accuracy and the speed of that throw was so good, and that's the only reason why the run out was successful. And only an international level athlete can pull that off. Now new batter on strike. And a single to start with. Asif is a new batter. Struck down the ground, will be just a single. This is good fielding by Icebergs. They're definitely eager to take the last 2 wickets and get over with this game. They might bring Kaleem Sana back to bowl his 2 overs and trying to finish off the game. Ooh, that was a lot quicker in the air, but will be a wide. Change of pace once again, this time a lot slower and flighted. And that will be the end of the 14th over. And St. John are now 77 for 8. 53 required in the last 6 overs with almost 9 runs and over. ये यहाँ पे पड़ा ना, ये ना चिकन बिरयानी पता नहीं यार, मुझे लगा कि सिर्फ यहाँ के सिर्फ एक कुछ लोग भी हाँ इसलिए And now Uday Bhagwan is coming back into the attack. He'll definitely try to get some wickets here and finish off the game. Good start to the over. Attacking those stumps. Kinder advances down the ground. Will be just a single. St. John can still reach the target if they hit some boundaries here. And this will be a white ball. We might see Kareem Sana coming and bowling his last 2 overs. And there was a chance of run out, but the fielding needed to be better. Zoeb was definitely quick onto that ball, but was not able to collect it. It will be a single. And this time he was short of length and just guides it down the third man for another single. Singles and doubles are not going to help St. John anymore. They need to hit some boundaries here. They can still get back in the game. Ooh, that was a brilliant delivery, a Yorker end delivery, and a really good glove work behind the stump once again by the keeper. And that's Anup Ravi, who's keeping for Icebergs. And that's why we can see such brilliant glove work behind the stump. And that will be the end of the 15th over. And St. John are now 81 for 8. They still need 49 runs in the last 5 overs with almost 10 runs and over. It's not going to be easy, but it's still achievable. As we always say, it's not over until it's over. And now Tanzil Altaf changing his ends. Icebergs have been very impressive with the ball and with the fielding. Tries to go down the ground for the against Tanzil, and Tanzil does the same thing again. He bowls it short, but Kinder was good enough to hit that ball, but will be just a single. Another flighted delivery, a little bit short again. Hit down the ground for another single. St. John need boundaries over here. At least a couple boundaries in this over. And the first attempt, it is hit hard. Uday Bhagwan underneath, and he takes the catch. Is it a 6 or is it a wicket? We yet to find out. We yet to find out if it's a wicket or a 6. And looks like it is a wicket, because batsman is walking off field. Uday Bhagwan. So looks like there was a catch, and that will be the end of Kinder's innings. He was a ray of sunshine, a ray of hope for St. John, but he has to depart. He has made 23 in 26 with a 4 and a 6. It's going really well. He needed to be there. towards the end, until the end, but not to be. And Tanzil Altaf getting another wicket. Another dot ball. Last wicket remaining. Om Prakash is the last man standing now. Down the ground once again for a single. Last ball of the over. St. John are 84 for 9. This time a little bit quicker in the air and shorter and wider too. And it cuts it behind the point. And that will be just a single. And that's the end of the 16th over. And now St. John are 85 for 9 after 16. They need 45 in the last 4 overs with 11.25 runs and over, with only 1 wicket remaining to defend. Now at this point, I would definitely say it's pretty much the game for Icebergs, because it's really difficult to come back from this position for St. John, especially since they don't have the firepower remaining anymore. Karim Sana coming back to finish off. Will definitely try to go right at the stumps and finish it off for Icebergs. Very excited to see Kalim Sana bowl again. Asif getting ready. And that's straight to the stumps and will be given out. And that will be the end of this match. And even with a low total of 130 to defend for Icebergs, they still win this game by 44 runs, restricting St. John to 85 in 16.1 overs. Brilliant effort by Icebergs with the bowl and the field. They took all the catches. Brilliant fielding, brilliant glove work, excellent teamwork by everyone. And they well-deserved win for them. And that will be the end of the second exciting match of today's Smash and Grab T20 between BANFF Icebergs and St. John. And BANFF Icebergs take the game and win by 44 runs. And this is the batting card for St. John. Lot of wickets fell. A lot of quick wickets fell on the top. And there was not much partnerships given except for Halim, Satwinder and Kinder, who stayed there for a little bit longer and gave some hope to St. John's. But towards the end, it was way too late, and Icebergs were just way too good for St. John, and that will be the end of the match. Let's take a look at the bowling card. Kalim Sana, 2.1 overs, only 7 runs and 2 wickets. Brilliant bowling by him. Mustafa Iqbal also bowling a brilliant spell, giving 20 runs in his 3 overs with taking 2 wickets. Shazeb was a little bit expensive in his 1 over, but Sayyid Hussain, I would say the pick of the bowler. 4 overs, 15 runs given and 2 wickets taken. Uday Bhagwan also bowled brilliant spell, 11 runs in his 3 overs. And Tanzil Altaf taking 2 wickets in his 3 overs as well with just 14 runs given. And that will be the end of this match. And I'll shortly take the interview for the man of the match, which no doubt will be Sayyid Hussain, who scored a half century with the bat and took 2 wickets with the bowl. So no doubt that Sayyid Hussain will be awarded the player of the match, and we will be giving him the trophy for man of the match. I'll be taking a short interview of him. All right. All the viewers, we are about to award the man of the match to Hussein. Brilliant job with his batting and 50. भाई ग्रेट परफॉर्मेंस आपकी बॉलिंग और बैटिंग दोनों भी बहुत ही बढ़िया थी तो आपका कोई प्लान था के लिए गए थे शुरू में बहुत ही पॉजिटिवली खेला और वी डेफिनेटली लव टू सी दैट और आपकी इनिंग्स के बाद काफ़ी बैटिंग को एंड फिनिश नहीं कर पाई सो जब आपकी
वेल बॉल किया आउटफील्ड स्टार्ट तो जब आपका स्टार्ट बन जाए
लाइव में जाके देख सकते हैं
said Hussein bhai, thank you so much and all the best for the thank you and that was the end of our we're gonna take off and we'll be coming back for a third match thank you